Hi, thanks for tuning into Dillis's Mystery Shopping Adventures. I chose to test out the customer experience at Kudo, Fido, Lululemon, Nespresso, and Whole Foods, which covers different lifestyle brands for a more well-rounded view on how different companies deliver their products and services. So I evaluated each company on 8 elements based on the foundational elements of customer experience, which includes the 3 R's, brand equity, and the moments of power. Coming from corporate marketing, I couldn't help but include number 7. CSR is a brand differentiator and increasingly important for corporations to adopt, especially after Larry Fink's bold statement about CSR being table stakes for doing business earlier this year. Each element was given a rating from 1 to 5 and a final score out of 40 based on my in-store, online, and contact center experience. So let's get right to it and see how each company did. First up, Kudo and Fido. I visited the kiosk at a mall on a Saturday afternoon. I pretended to look at some phones, and within 5 seconds, a rep greeted me in a friendly manner and asked how she could help. I asked about prepaid voice and data plans that would be suitable for a friend who's visiting Vancouver for a week. She let me know that they didn't have any competitive plans and referred me to Chatter and Lucky Mobile, which are owned by Rogers and Bell. She still took the time to show me options at Kudo. The cheapest voice and data plan was with 500 megs of data was $45 a month, which was $5 more than Chatter's. Side note, I later found that Public Mobile did have a feature plan that's $30 a month for unlimited international texting, province-wide calling, and 1 gig of data. Not sure how they missed that. Feeling a bit disappointed, I left to go to Fido. The rep who helped me looked a bit sluggish. For the prepaid plan, she referred me to Chatter, which was expected. Then I asked about any promotions and went back to Kudo afterwards to ask the same question. Both Kudo and Fido had the same promo going on, a bring my own phone plan that's $50 a month with 1 gig of data plus 3 gigs as a bonus for 24 months. With their promos being similar, there were a few things that made me like Kudo more. The Kudo reps were more lively and helpful, took the time to understand what I needed by asking questions and offering their advice. And most importantly, they emphasized what made Kudo different. The simplicity, fairness, no contracts, no hidden costs, and the flexibility to switch to a better plan once a month. In terms of the call center experience, it actually started off great with 0 rate time for Fido, but it went downhill from there. Long story short, I got transferred to the prepaid department where Amira answers with an awkward silence. I actually had to initiate the conversation. When I asked about the prepaid plans, I heard paper shuffling in the background. She was obviously looking for answers to my question. Then she tried to sell me a $10 prepaid voucher option, but didn't tell me what the price included. The conversation was a real struggle, to say the least. Kudo started off great as well, with friendly sounding IVR voice. The agents who helped me sounded warm and genuine. I was transferred to the prepaid department too, but what's different about the experience is their attentiveness to my needs, which made me feel very special. I did have to wait for 5 minutes for the transfer, but despite that, I was way more satisfied with the service that I got from Kudo reps because they had the right attitude. Overall, I gave Kudo 70%. I thought the experience was okay. It wasn't awesome, but it wasn't bad either. And for Fido, I gave them 43%. They lost marks for reliability and responsiveness for sure, because of my experience with the service reps. I also didn't feel like there was anything special about their brand or service that made the experience memorable. Lululemon is one of my go-to brands when it comes to activewear. As always, the sales reps greeted me on my way in and thanked me on my way out. The store always has a positive vibe, and the sales reps are super knowledgeable when it comes to their products. They're great at calling out specific features. For example, breathable fabric, piece that you can wear inside out, and it has the best selection of yoga apparel. What I liked about the online chat support is it let me know exactly how long I needed to wait. So I asked Manisha if they had one of the tank tops that I saw in store online. She confirmed it was sold out and recommended another alternative. She also asked if I wanted to leave a design feedback so that they can take it into consideration when making decisions on what items to bring back. That was key to making the experience positive because I felt like my opinion counted. I received the survey after my conversation with Manisha, and I really loved how simple the survey was, and it allowed me to pick a reward for her. So overall, I would give Lululemon 83%. The experience has been fairly consistent, and I do love their products. They really utilize the power of scarcity and power of the crowd well. Even though I didn't end up getting the tank top I wanted, that actually encouraged me to check out their stores more often so that I can get a hold of the latest pieces before they're sold out. I visited the store at Oak Ridge Mall on the weekend, and it was super packed. At Nespresso, I was waiting in line to get the new seasonal favors. I spotted a coffee mug that I wanted but didn't have the price tag. When I got to the front of the line, I asked the cashier how much the mug would cost, and she had no clue. It took almost 2 minutes for her to check the price. Finally, she was able to confirm that it was $35, which seemed very expensive, especially after waiting for what seemed like a lifetime for her to find out the price. While I was paying for the coffee, she asked if I needed a recycling bag, which I said yes to. So she went to go get one and came back empty handed. The cashier did not seem reliable at all, nor responsive. In terms of the contact support, there were various methods, which was nice, but again, it wasn't super easy to navigate and there was almost too much information. The live chat was closed, and so I tried the other contact form option. I did receive a reply within 2 days, and I was happy with that response. I gave Nespresso a 78%, mainly because of the store rep that I dealt with. Any bad experience negatively impacts likelihood to recommend, so it's important to ensure that every frontline team member receives adequate training and has the right attitude, which in this case, the rep did not. I visited the Whole Foods near my place. It's got a very inviting entrance, and I love how clean it is inside, and the products are always so neatly organized. I love the massive food and salad bars, freshly made juice section, and their huge selection of baked goods and desserts. I never have to wait in line for long, and for this particular visit on a Sunday morning, there was no queuing at all. The best part of my experience is that the cashier let me know that I can return my probiotics or any product that doesn't work for me, as long as I have a copy of the receipt, even if I finish it all. Talk about the power of going first. Even though their products are a bit pricier compared to other supermarkets, the selection, the experience, and the excellent customer service is definitely worth the premium. So I decided to validate the return policy with the support team, and it was a success. And to my surprise, they were able to process the refund for me virtually too. I was so impressed. Whole Foods employees are truly empowered to uphold their value to satisfy, delight, and nourish their customers. My mystery shopping experience definitely gave them even more brownie points. Here's a heat map of how all of the company did. Whole Foods came up on top and Fido at the bottom. Because we've been learning so much about checklists in our other courses, I've created a checklist for success for any company that wants to deliver a great customer experience. At the bare bones, frontline team members have to know their stuff and have the right attitude. Go first and unexpectedly delight your customer. And lastly, make it simple and easier for customers to get what they need. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.